Good morning, everyone. So today is section 89, verses 11 through 21. Sorry, I had to find myself on my little sheet over there. Okay, so it's the last part of the word of wisdom, and the Lord is saying what is good and what is not good for the body. So strong drink is not good, and in the podcast they go heavily into the language and what the language meant in the time of the revelation. So strong drink basically meant like whiskey. That's a strong drink, because they would still have wine and kids would drink beer. And for wine, it's talking about the pure wine of the grape of the vine. The pure wine is not an intoxicating, but a harmless liquid, kind of like grape juice. And then tobacco is not good for man. We know all of that. Hot drinks are not for the body or the belly. Let's see. Hot drinks mean tea and coffee, as those two beverages were the only ones in common use among the members of the church and drunk at a high temperature at that time when the revelation was given. The reason why those beverages were condemned was because they contained a habit-forming drug rather than because of the temperature at which they were swallowed. Although liquids taken into the stomach at too high a temperature frequently is in large quantities would be harmful, but the chief objection to tea and coffee is the drug they contain. It follows logically that any other beverage which contains a hurtful drug or element is open to the same objection, regardless of the temperature at which it is taken. So, as I was talking about yesterday, take it to your own situation. It's a spandex revelation. It fits for each individual person. Okay, then in 11 it says, with prudence and thanksgiving. And this is Joseph Fielding Smith. The Lord has given us all good herbs, fruits, and grains. These are to be the main foods of men, beasts, and fowls, but they should not overlook the fact that they are to be used with prudence and thanksgiving. In another Revelation, section 59, we are told they are not to be used in excess, neither by exhortation. The difficulty with most of the human family is eating too much and failing to heed his counsel. There would be less disease and mankind would live longer if all would also heed the counsel of the Lord concerning the use of wholesome foods. I don't know exactly what I want to share with you. That is a caterpillar or a bug of some kind. I put my plant outside so it could get some sunlight. I'm regretting it now. Bugs got in it. Alright. A bunch of leaves were eaten off or ripped off. Anyway, sorry. Distracted. Okay. Ezra Taft Benson. Verse 18, walking in obedience to the commandments. When we first heard the revelation upon the word of wisdom, many of us thought it consisted merely in our drinking tea and coffee, but it is not only using tea and coffee and our tobacco and whiskey, but it is every other evil which is calculated to contaminate this people. The word of wisdom implies to cease from adultery, to cease from all manner of excesses, and from all kinds of wickedness and abomination that are common amongst this generation. It is, strictly speaking, keeping the commandments of God and living by every word that proceedeth from his mouth. A couple weeks ago, months ago, we had talked about how the word of wisdom is not just a physical law, but a temporal law. By learning to obey a law physically, I can't remember exactly what we talked about, but it teaches us to obey a law spiritually. I can't remember if that's exactly it, but I don't even remember what section that was, but you know. Alright, so that's basically all I really want to share today. You know, the word of wisdom is not a strict dietary thing, because it says, you know, grains are supposed to be used for blah blah blah, and it's like, no, we've learned that grains are healthy now and we can use them in a variety of ways because the science has caught up. So it's an expanding principle, and meat sparingly doesn't mean no meat at all. It just means, you know, don't live off red meat, and don't kill all the animals around, that sort of thing. Anyways, alright. That was section 89, verses 11 to 21, and I will see you later.